ho, it's me, Steve, from Mac84. How's everyone doing? It's time for another live stream. I said I wasn't going to do one until the end of the year. I thought I didn't have the time, but I need a distraction today. So, we're being a little bit festive. We have some lights. I have a hat, which probably not remain on my head for too far long. Hope everyone is doing well. Let's see who we have in the chat. We have, and thank you, Bruce of Brankus Creations, who just did a live stream, warmed up the crowd for me. So greatly appreciate it. Electric Outlet, don't worry if you missed this one. I'll be on Rewind all year and next year and the year after that. We have Sad Mac 356. We have Adam McGee, who I'm going to be talking about in a little bit. We have Jeremy's VHS. We have Jack 68K. We have Drake. Thomas, Enzo. Let's see who else. Gutbomb is here. Jeff is here. And TomTom Computing is here. Dave of Dave's Vintage Apple Tech is here. Hello, Dave. Toby Q is here. Last Carbon is here. And the chat jumped. Yay. I had to figure out who I read already. Aaron is here. Yay, more Steve. Yay. Evan is here. Let's see. Toby, if I didn't say hello. Toby. Don is here. Pterodon is here. Cartman is here. Or Catman is here. I'm sorry. And Fruit Bowl Soup. So yeah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, anything you celebrate. Hope you have a joyous, happy, and a safe one. My goodness, today is been interesting. We have a elderly rabbit who has arthritis and some issues, and she's doing okay, but she requires a lot of upkeep, and I have a camera on her that I monitor. But we're just hoping that she's, going to be all right over the next few days, because the hospitals and vets and stuff, right, there's an emergency one, but you don't want to go there unless you are prepared to, give away $2,000 of your hard-earned money. So today's a bit of a distraction. She's doing okay. She's sleeping. She was eating. We're cuddling before. But anyway, trying to get my mind off things. So I thought, hey, let's do a live stream. And Adam sent me this box. And we're going to be talking about that in a bit. And so that's sort of the inspiration to get something else in front of my face for a while. Hello, Joe. Hello, Retro Fox. And anybody else who's stopping by. Sad Mac says, Happy Hanukkah, Joyous Kwanzaa, Blessed Yule, Merry Christmas, and just season's greetings in general. Yes, season's greetings. My goodness, there you go. We're going to do some festive repairs here. There's a festive capacitor leakage all over what Adam had sent me, I'm sure. So we'll take a look at that. So every day is, I'm Italian. Every day is to celebrate pizza. I mean, come on. All right, so happy Festivus. This board may have celebrated a bit too hard. Anywho, my good friend Adam McGee here in the chat. Met him at multiple VCF events over the years. Hilarious circumstances of boards being sent my way to not bother Joe of Joe's Computer Museum. But that's okay. Oh, I forgot to tweet this out. My goodness. I mean, and do the Mastodon thingamajig. How stupid am I? Well, don't answer that. Let's be nice. It's a ho ho ho. Let's repair some festive logic boards. There we go. That's the tweet. That's the tweet. All right. So, and if anybody's new here, feel free to like the video, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Savvy Sage, hello. And yeah, I'm gonna be happy if the power stays on too. Hello, Red Rooster. Happy Snow Leopard Miss. And anybody else. Excellent. Okay, so I guess I should open this box that Adam sent me. There's some things to repair. Some things he said are goodies. But he wasn't specific. So if a box of snakes pops out, dial 91. When I tell you, dial 1 again. All right, let's see. Hello, how's it going? All right, so we have this big old box here. I assure you this is not from the Sam's Club. I don't think those people would sell vintage Macs. Although I remember seeing an iMac at Sam's Club or a Price Club, the iMac G3 ages ago, and I'm like, oh, it's lime. So let me see if I can adjust my video a little bit. This camera is really not happy. Too dark, too light. Too dark, too light. Too dark, We'll leave it as dark for now. Those adjust it later on. So happy IIci to all, and to all happy logic board. I don't know. All right. If you open from the bottoms, the goodies will be first. Well, I already started cutting this part open. And Adam is in the chat. He will be reminding me what the heck is wrong with some of these things. Because Adam's good at repairing stuff as well. He doesn't give up easily. So it scares me when he sends me packages. Now, in full honesty, he said there's no rush with this stuff. I just want to get a look at some of it. I don't think we'll be repairing anything outright today. Let's just get some eyes on it. I'm in. All right. So it's just all bubble wrap. That's all the box is. We got a bag. I'm assuming that's important. We have another bag. I assume that's also important. Without the hard drive slider. Don't you already have a 7200, Jeremy? Or did you lighter on and now you're paying the price? Another cardboard bag. Oh, and some goodies. We have an Ethernet cable. I could always use these. Thank you, Adam. It's a very festive gift. It's totally going to be used. Oh, what is this? A box of system discs. Just what I always wanted. Thank you, Adam. I'm going to see what system this is for. I'm excited. And there's another box inside of here, along with the power supply. That's cranky, which I don't have the caps for, so that's going to have to wait. And then we have another box, which I'm not going to show the label of. Let me put that back in there. I have so many boxes I have to crush down. It's like I never even crushed down them before. All right, so let's see what all this is about. Thank you, Adam, for the whatever. I don't know what you gave me yet. All right. Yes, I could always use an Ethernet cable, especially a long one like this, because the way my network is set up is probably not the best. But one of the switches or routers is right up there, sitting on top of one of the beams there. And you can see I have all these retro computers here. Well, I only have 2 cables that are long enough. That's why those yellow ones are draped down. Those are just Ethernet cables. And one goes to the PC that is right there. And whenever I want to use more than one of the machines on this desk, which is actually quite often, I have to unplug the PC. Now I don't have to. So thank you very much, Adam. And the color helps, because it's like, oh, that's the one for the thingamajig, because they're all the same color. It gets, annoying. The most festive of networking cables. Thank you, Tom. And Tom Barber, welcome to the stream. Anybody else I missed? We have 2 Sad Macs. Oh, no. Hello. All right, great. So let me make the chat big so I could read it better. There we go. Until I forget what it is. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? I'm glad you made it to the stream as well, Colin. Thank you very much. Tom, if I could lift the Quadro right now, it would be on my list, but we'll check that twice later on. All right, so we have some system disks. This is on the top of the pile. We're going to open it up. And these are the disks that would come with your machine if you had to reinstall your system software. And let's see what machine this came with. So, ooh, Adam. All right, this is really cool, dude. This is for the 660 AV and Quadro 840 AV. I have both machines, famously the 840 AV. Thanks, man. This is really cool. Has the express modem installed, plain talk. There's a lot of discs in here. There's 12 discs in here. Thanks so much, Adam. Let's see what system this is for. 1993, version 1.0 of the software. Okay. Let's see. Disk Tools might tell us. No. So it's probably system 7, 7.1, something like that. But Hey, thank you so much. Hey, Ron, how's it going? I know I told you I was not really planning on streaming, but then I need to get my mind off things, so here I am. So, disc or disc? Well, my general rule is if it's a CD, I call it a disc with a C. If it's anything other than a CD, I call it a disc with a K. So there you go. Yeah, so from the 660 840 release day. That's very cool, Adam. Thank you so much. I will really appreciate this. When I get my silly Quadra up and running, not if, when. We'll have a stream on that soon. I will be using this, so thank you. It'll be fun to do a fresh install from the original media. I'm putting it over there so I do not lose it, but... One horse open, Steve. Thank you, Ron, for the super chat. Eep! And if you want about 5 hours of fun insanity featuring myself, Jeremy from Jeremy's Retro Bar, Ron of Ron's Computer Videos, Tom Barber, Kate the Macintosh Librarian, Joe from Joe's Computer Museum. Ron and I did Ron did a stream yesterday, and it ended sometime around 4 a.m. this morning, is when I went to bed. That's why I have a little bit more energy now, because I slept in. But go check out that video. We sang so much we got a content match, apparently. But it was all fun. We were trying to play games on his channel and do something, and then Ron's internet went out, and then we just, took over the stream. We're a bunch of goofballs for the next, 3 or 4 hours. A lot of fun. If you're lonely, if you're bored, put that on the background. It'll make you laugh. So, notice Centrus 660 AV. Yes. Before they named the Quadra 660 AV. But, YouTube is so mean. Yeah, well, it's all automated. Nobody's paying attention to the dials. All right, so here's a power supply for a Macintosh 2SI. And it's apparently in need of some recapping. I will look in the box in a moment, Adam. It's a Sony power supply. These all need recapping. And I will need to order more caps for these. I gave Retro Fox some of my spare ones. But I need to order them anyway, so I will put that back in the box. Did Oscar Mayer come after the... Yes, Tom, that's why. Okay, so we're going to look in the little box first. I'm just going to make sure that address is not shown. There we go. Okay, so let's point the camera down and see what we have. Whoops, I pointed the camera too far down. Oh, we have a drawing pad. Oh, sweet. Thanks, Adam. Oh, nice. It needs a little tip, but maybe we could 3D print one of those. Oh, that is cool. This is the ADB one. I used to have one of these ages ago. I think it stopped working because the cable got kinked. This is a Wacom or Wacom, however you pronounce it. I think it's an art pad series. We have model number of KT0405A. But, oh my goodness, I used to use one of these on my... Oh, shaky but needs a recap. Okay, Adam, thank you very much for the correction. I used to use one of these when I had Power Macintosh, my father's Power Macintosh 7500, and I had one of these little tablets. And oh, they are so great. I have a bigger one because I wanted to do a video about them, and it came like brand new in the box. So Adam, this is perfect. So when I get around to doing a video about that, I could have this one on as an example too. And this is small. I could bring this to like VCF and have like a doodling program on. Oh, this would be cool. Thank you so much, Adam. That's neat. I think there's those little plastic nibs. Does this one turn? No, I think you just insert them in there. But that's great. These are awesome. I'm shaky while recapping. That's okay. Oh, let's not show the address there. Thank you, Adam, for the goodies. And I assume the last three are the boards. So let's go in the order of which I took them out of the box. Flip this upside down. I think it needs to be very dull at the edge, Jeremy. It has to be plastic. I'll look it up. I'm sure the modern pens use the same or similar ones. All right, so we have a Macintosh 2SI, S as in Sam, logic board. And this one, we have a pad lifted. As Adam was saying, he needed help with this one. No shame in admitting that you need help. Hey, I need help sometimes too. A lot. But the Macintosh 2SI is an interesting little board. You have the easy way to identify the 2SI if you're not paying attention to the PDS or the RAM slots or anything like that. There are these big contacts here just below the SCSI connector. That's for the fan, when the fan snaps in the case there. And so that's a good way to visually identify this board. Again, power supply and the memory sockets and all that stuff is a huge thing as well. But that's a good one. IIci worked, but with weak audio. All right, and so we have the swim chip up here, the sound chip right here. We have two Sony sound chips, and they look like they got a little bit of bath from the capacitors right above it. So I ran out of bags. These are the finest in anti-static bags, Trader Joe's. So, all right. So actually, I'm gonna put this. I'm just gonna loosely fold it here. I'm gonna put it to the side, and see what other horrible. I mean, some goodies that we have here. Hey, Sean, how's it going? All right. And so we have a larger board in here. All right, this is a Macintosh 2CI, I believe. Yes, you can tell by the chips up here, and it's probably silk screened somewhere, but I'm failing to notice exactly where that is. This is Macintosh 2CI, C as in cat. And the fun one with the 2CI is these three chips control the startup circuitry. And they are a pain in the butt because they could just, you know, go with all the corrosion underneath them. And that's a lot of fun. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, Trader Joe's. That's where I get all my Mac stuff. Wish that was the case. All right, so we have some ROM dips on here. Delicious dips. And this one doesn't look too terrible. Well, the 2CI is faster, and it has built-in video. The 2CX does not have built-in video. And if you want to learn more about the differences between these machines, and Ron, you better get that link ready. There is a 2-hour and 40-minute video that Ron and I put out. That was an expanded version of the video that we did at VCF Midwest this year. And kind of worked, but no soft power. All right, so unrecapped. Okay. Are there caps still on here? Yeah, the caps are still on here. From what I could tell. But anyway, Ron and I did this little, did this 2-hour and 40-minute anthology of like a masterclass of what you need to know when getting into and collecting these Macs. And we talked about some of the differences between the models and which ones to collect. But you may think 2 hours and 40 minutes. I only have 5 minutes when I'm going to the bathroom. But the best part about that is there is chapters included in that video, so you just go to the chapter that you want to learn about, or you can watch the whole thing. You can watch the whole thing twice. You can watch it on 2 times fast forward, and you know what's a great thing? Put it on while your guests are over for this holiday season. They love technology. They love vintage stuff, and they love two guys just sitting there talking their ears off about this stuff. I think you'd enjoy it. What I said will make sense when you open the third bag. I am concerned. I am concerned. All right, so I'm running out of desk space here, but let's open this one here. All right, so this one is another 2CI, and oh, okay, so you put new caps on this one. This one actually looks very clean, Adam. So is this the one with the soft power issues? Because, I mean, I'm seeing some trace issues between this cap and that chip, but it looks really clean. So, yeah, Savvy Sage, it's sure good to know too. Oh, Sadback, that's why we're here. We can talk about us. And Savvy, I do have that board you gave me. I just have not had time. It's on the shelf. I'll probably take a look at it this week. So I am reminding myself. That one was recapped, but there are trace issues. I cleaned it. Well, Adam, it looks spectacular. Trace issues, do you know exactly where? I mean, I'm sure I'll find them. But, yeah. After cleaning, it stopped working. Well, isn't that great? That, millimeter of solder that was holding everything together just all goes out the crap. There's also a cash card in one of those bags. Oh. There we go. Excellent. And yeah, that has the 25 volt, 22 microfarad caps. One of them doesn't look too happy, but that's okay. No worries, Savvy Sage. I really did not mean to ignore you or anything like that. It's just, it's been crazy. And I'm just doing this to kind of get my mind off things. And I do not have a classic chassis set up where if I were to work on your board, I could test it. Where with this, I have a power supply ready. So I'm hoping to do a lot of fixing in the next few days after some break. So the cache card makes a working 2CI fail to boot. That is excellent. Who would have thought? Well, let's just get down to the microscope. I mean, we could sit here and talk all day, but you really just want to see the carnage. I know that's what Trina usually likes to see. She's not here. How dare her? Oh, I unplugged the microscope. That would explain why it's not showing up. OBS is gonna hate me now. OBS hates, at least this machine, it hates when I plug in devices. It's like, what the heck are you doing, man? I knew what I had, and now you're changing things and all this fun stuff. My microscope is a bit on the dirty side. I don't know if I could clean that right now, but oh, these traces look fun at them. All right, so let's see. Focus on other projects to do by the. Well, no worries, FSDJ. I appreciate it. Sorry, a lot of chat just trying to fix up. Oh, welcome to Video City. I have your EEPROM programmer and everything all ready to go. I'm going to get working on that during my holiday break here. So we'll be doing that. It should fix your SE30 problem. And I found the other sound chip. So I know you keep hearing similar things from me, buddy. But we'll get the SE30 home to you as soon as possible, along with your Performa LC board. So Adam says sorry. Welcome to Video City Fights for the Users. Thank goodness. We all need somebody who fights for the users these days. EEPROM, exactly. Hopefully the EEPROM works. I have not tested them yet, but I found my programmer. And Adam, what happened to this? Oh, never mind. They're just like that from the factory. But yeah, hope everyone here has an excellent holiday. No matter what you celebrate, how you celebrate it, hope it's a joyful one, a peaceful one, a happy one. I'm stalling for time as I look for my cotton swabs, which were here and then vanished. I can just steal this instead. I just want to get some of the schmutz out of the lens here. Joe might be resting. He has a lot of stuff going on, so don't blame him. But how do you find anything in there? That's an excellent question, Jeremy. I actually have all the boards for people in a separate shelf, in a separate part of the basement, so I don't really have to worry too much about, oh no, where did I put that thing? Because I don't want to lose other people's stuff. It's worse enough I lose my own crap sometimes, but no, we don't want to do that with people who are trusting me with this stuff. You got your sister to watch the stream. Yay! I swear I'm not insane. It's just, YouTube does that. It makes you look crazy. Thank you, Adam. That makes things a lot easier. A lot easier. Talk about them. Performers are interesting machines. I mean, they're not all good machines, but they're interesting. Okay, that camera looks okay. It's a little dusty. Things are blooming a little bit with the light here, but I think we're gonna try. I'm holding Q-tips ransom to extraction free advice. Where should I look first when diagnosing an iBook G3 Snow backlight failure? You should look with the flashlight and see if you boot up the damn thing, if you see any light at all. I mean, any image rather, coming through, because the backlight failure is pretty easy to diagnose. If it boots up, you see a question mark or an Apple logo or something like that, you know that if you shine a flashlight on it and you see an image, backlight has failed. Simple as that. No, I will not leave a board in an ultrasonic cleaner for a week. And we love Ron. In fact, if this was a StreamYard one, I'd have Ron in here just, to be my court gesture for a while. And yeah, we got some horrible blooming effects going on here. I got to clean the microscope lens here. I apologize. But that's also, just reflecting every single point of light here. That's awesome, Adam. Oh, hello, John. Well, my good neighbor John is here. I have to be festive. Look at the lights up there. It's festive. Anywho, hope you're resting easy, not doing too much. So we're looking at Adam's Macintosh 2 CI board here, and he said there was some trace damage. Now, traces, for those of you who don't know, are these little lines here. And we're going to point them out with a scalpel. And yeah, they're not supposed to be corroded and stuff like that, but these little capacitors, not these ones, but the ones that used to be here from the factory, have a corrosive fluid in them, and they love to leak. So we're going to just do some surveying here to see what exactly is going on. I have multimeter somewhere. Please don't leave it upstairs, Stephen. That just is silly. I probably left it upstairs. Every one of my streams is an unorganized mess, and that's probably why I don't get all the subscribers. But it's okay. Ron, I will certainly do that. I certainly would. I actually thought of it before this one, but I already set up the stream, and so I would not have... I didn't have... I mean, I could convert it, but then I lose some functionality. It stands for managed. Whether that's poorly managed or well managed, that's to be interpreted, I suppose. So the purpose of the function of this multimeter for now is I'm putting it in continuity mode, which is essentially what me and Bruce like to refer to as beepity beep beep mode. And what it does is if you have a continued path or something that's conductive, you hear a beep, like when we connect the two probes together. So we're going to just probe some things and see where the problem may be. And that does not seem to be a problem necessarily. Now, all three of these chips are going to come off because there are issues here. Now, Adam, you were saying this one had soft power issues, or oh no, you were saying it stopped working after you cleaned it. Is that correct? That's the best type of treasure hunt, huh? Beep boop. Beep boop. Alright, so we're using our microscope here, just taking a look at this board. We're not probably going to be able to fix any of these issues tonight, but we're going to get a head start. And we're just going to do things like look at this, and scrape away that solder mask, and that's still making a connection somehow. What about here? That, even though it's a little corroded there, still making a connection. You'd be surprised how nasty some of these things could be. And oh my goodness, look at this one. Even that is. How about this one? Even that is. My goodness. Oh gosh. Oh, by a local game store. Do they know what they're dealing with? These vintage Macs ain't your Sega Game Gear. They're a bit crankier. Even the serial ports. Well, we're not going to worry about those just yet. I'm just looking around for obvious kablamos here. And usually you want to look around where the capacitors are, and you want to do a little bit of a radius look around there. Like our favorite computer company, Radius. And oh, look at these traces under here. Adam, I might have to take these caps off because you got a few here. Oh my goodness, this image is so blown out. I apologize. Let me try and adjust this here a little bit. It must be the camera. So let me try and finagle that. Well, yeah. I mean, and it's everything is a bit specialized these days. So, all right. So let's take out this camera adapter dealie. If I remember how. I don't remember how. Well, I blew on it. Let's see if that helped. Probably not. Very fancy camera. Oh, wait. Hold, please. Might be able to, there, that helped a little bit. That's not as bad. Maybe? I don't know. Oh, come on. Come on, Devruden. You got to do it. Maybe. Had soft power issues, but worked with the power button. After all starting cleaning, it stopped working altogether. Excellent. Oh, yeah, well, jobs will suck up all of your time. So there's that. Yeah, so there's these traces here, which... surprisingly... I mean, I'd clean those up anyway, but surprisingly are connecting. Looking at them, you wouldn't assume that, but all right. So let's take a look at a few areas here. And if you're new to the channel or you're just, you know, tuning in for today, I'd appreciate a like or subscribe or any of that stuff. I just say that because that's how YouTube measures success. I don't necessarily care how many likes or views a video gets or a subject gets or anything like that. However, for the health of the channel, it's nice to see that stuff go up. So, and this goes all the way down somewhere there. I mean, usually it's a bad sign when you could just nudge the solder mask off and it just goes bleh, and it just falls off. We could clean that up. We could replace it, repair it, all that stuff. So, yeah. Oh, good night, Jeremy. Hope your day tomorrow is a better one. It's Christmas Eve in some areas of the world, and it will be here in about 19 minutes. So, ho, ho, ho. Gonna be waiting for that, I think. Yeah? Anybody finished their shopping? I hope you have, for your friends, your family, if you're doing that sort of thing. Beep. I mean, this board, Adam, looks pretty good otherwise. Well, every computer could be a pain in the butt, because they're all made of those lovely parts that fail and explode and stuff like that. I am just double checking. I'm getting a bunch of pop-ups on my phone. Go away. Just gonna check on our little bunny cam here. Make sure the bunny is happy. She seems to be okay. Whoop, she's moving around a little bit. Just want to make sure I don't have to swoop in and redirect her, you know. Flops around and gets herself in a spot where she's uncomfortable or something like that. Yeah, so I mean, I may have to take these off just to look under those traces, but not that I don't trust you, but I think I'll fish juice. I'm gonna just, you know, make sure that these caps are actually going where they're supposed to, because it's very easy to make it look like they are, but they actually aren't, and that'll drive you crazy. Now, I assume these chips have not been removed, Adam, by the startup circuitry, because there could be all sorts of crazy business under there. Even if it looks clean on top, there'll be all sorts of terrible business under there. That one, where does that go? It goes to ground. Okay. Let's check this one over here. That's fine. Let's check some of these. This one goes... Whoop, we might have some breakage here. Because that, as Bruce would say, doesn't look the best. Well, no, he would say it doesn't look too crash hot. In fact, he was just streaming before. So thank you, Bruce, for advertising my stream. Sending a few people my way. I appreciate it. I don't know how many people are watching because I don't have that window open on my screen. You didn't remove any chips, and the axial... Oh, the axial caps are original! Interesting. I've never seen. Usually it's like the purple caps. At least on mine, it was the purple caps. But yeah, we'll put in some fresh new caps for you. 45 people. That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. I should have posted it on Mastodon, but I forgot. Oh, here's a fun-looking trace. Look at this. I bet it's still connected too. But you can see all this discoloration here. Let's see where that's going. That's going all the way here. Oh, Adam, you sent me such a nice gift here. I'm going to cherish this. Thank God that connects. But there's just this pattern across almost every trace here. And some of it's worse than others, but my golly. Now when it worked, did it work perfectly or did it still have issues? Ah, the axial cuts are on it from where you got it. Got it. Understood. My goodness. Yeah, like some things around those chips don't look the best, but yeah. Always questioning the startup circuit here. I'm just looking to look at this from a different angle. Sometimes you just see something that pops out when you're not super zoomed into it. But Adam always sends me the interesting ones, so it's a challenge. This is not supposed to be an easy fix. And Adam is quite the Apple II whiz. I have Apple II questions. I asked him or Joe. I don't know much about them. Mike is another Apple II person who knows quite a bit. Used a lot of them back in the day. Yeah, I'm gonna focus on this area a bit. Yeah, no soft power. Okay. Yeah, so we already tested that. I believe we already tested that. Now there is another cap up here that just like, look up. Ugh. But I believe, yeah, this actually touches and that, yeah, I mean, it's probably not the best connection, but it actually is making a connection. Just nudging some of these legs because sometimes you have an intermittent connection, which doesn't help. And ultrasonic clean would eat away at that. So, there you go. I'm going to take a break in a moment to get a bottle of water, and I'm also going to fetch my phone charger cable. So I'll do one of the be right back thingamajigs in a little bit, but just giving you a heads up. A dozen Apple IIe motherboards. No shortage of projects. I don't think any of us ever has any shortage of projects. It would be funny if I just plugged it in and it worked. No, it wouldn't. That'd make Adam sad. Well, first course of action, I'm going to take these 3 chips off and just make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do as far as what's under here, because this leakage here, I mean, there could be traces that are damaged under this, and that's part of the startup circuitry. So why does my Mac Pro have the red board? It could be an early model, like a development model or something like that, Honda. Really not my particular wheelhouse, but usually a different color logic board is that. And oh my gosh, the image got all blurry and crummy again. We're just going to keep zoomed in, I suppose. It's like ghosting. I need to clean this microscope a bit better. And I'll do it right now. Why the heck not? And we'll take a little break. One of those little towel thingamajigs. These are like for cleaning your television and stuff like that. I'm trying to focus. Hey, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, that's a lot of, there's a lot of crap on there, huh? I could remember where I put my alcohol. That'd be cool, right? I mean, it's somewhere. There it is. You got the choice. One last movie to watch before you die. Why is it and why? Oh, okay. It would not be the Super Mario Brothers live action film, although the extended version of that was an interesting watch. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched bits and pieces. And there's a documentary on the Blu-ray of it, which I have not gotten the Blu-ray, but I've seen people post that there's a documentary on the making of the film on the Blu-ray, and I think it was released in the UK. It wasn't here in America at the time I looked at it. Maybe it's not been released, but your sister says hello from Kentucky. Well, hello. I've been to Kentucky once. I noticed there was a lot of trees and a heck of a lot of churches. That's what I noticed. But no, Drake, that wouldn't not be the film that I would pick. I don't think so. That looks a bit better. I'd probably pick like a favorite, like Back to the Future, or the Empire Strikes Back, or Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You know, just like a classic. See, it looks beautiful through here, but I got some blooming here, and I think it's just the way the light is reflecting, because if I move it over here, not so bad, but it's kind of annoying. Jurassic Park is a good one. I do like that one. Yeah, Bruce probably knows exactly what I need to clean this thing, but the multimeter is yelling at me. So I think that's a good time to just take a quick 2-minute break. Gonna run upstairs, get a bottle of water. What was the other thing I was gonna do? I was gonna do something, and I forgot. Go upstairs, get a bottle of water. Damn! What was it? I said it on here. I don't remember what the heck. Just in one ear, out the other. That's what I was gonna bring up hay for the rabbit. And my phone charger. Thank you, Aaron. All right, be right back. Let's see. I have some different tunes here for the season. Let's try out this one here. Okay, so I will be right back. Enjoy the tunes. Welcome to Video City. I would love to do that right now, but I do not have my PC. I loaned it to my brother-in-law because his PC crapped out, and that's another thing I have to get to fix during the holiday season. Yay! But my chip programmer is upstairs. I guess I could use it on my desktop PC, but then I can't do it this stream. But anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, I've returned. So got my water. I got my wireless phone charger, so it'll charge slower, but at least it's charging. I have the cables upstairs, the ones I could find anyway. I lost one on a trip somewhere in my bag. Are charging the battery packs just in case we lose power because, yay, winter storm. I'm reflecting on all the Macintoshes that have been recycled into e-waste. All right, let's... That's a cheery thing to say. All right, let's continue looking at this sad little board. I think what we'll do is we'll just, go right to it and get those chips off, huh? Happy Fluxmas! Oh, Fluxmas tree, oh, Fluxmas tree, may your chemicals be slightly non-toxic. I won't lick you or eat you up, but I have to use you when I solder stuff. Oh, Fluxmas tree, oh, Fluxmas tree, may you make these chips come up easy. Thank you, I'll be here all night. What was the last one? Sounded very sweet. Auld Lang Syne. That's what it was. Find it in the YouTube audio library by DJ Williams, I believe is the name. So check that out if you'd like. Just move some of these things around. All right. Well, we're gonna see if that helps, Adam. If a Christmas miracle. Hey Saul, how's it going? 12 degrees in New York. I know, it's like I think it's 10 degrees here. You check on my very complicated telephone. It is currently 10 degrees where I am. 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Ugh. Ugh. Oh boy. All right, so we have our heat gun here. Let's try and take these chips off without blowing anything up, huh? Oops, I turned it off. Let's set the temperature. And let's go with that. All right. This may get loud. It's 2 now. Oh, look at you. Oof. Sorry, Adam, that your board is all yucky now. That looks fun. Alright, and then this one. That one looks beautiful. Don't see any problems with that one, but we are going to test them anyway. Oh, to be as warm as that board. Oh, goodness. So let me scroll up on the chat here. Wish I could come to your Christmas party. Well, I'm here. And so that's where I am. But, you know, ho ho ho, how about that? I'm with you in spirit. Alright, so let's take a look at what's going on here. And again, where the heck are my gosh darn cotton swabs? give me a moment here to discombobulate myself as I look for the thing that I swear I had in the previous stream. But, yeah, what were we doing in the previous stream? We were fussing around with a laptop and an iMac. So we didn't really need... No, we did have some cotton swabs. Well, I might have just stolen ones from the pile on my desk. I'm going to run upstairs and get some more. I'll be right back. I'm not even going to put the be right back thing on. I'll be so quick, I promise. Whee! Alrighty. And we're back. Heat wave. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know. In Australia, it's blazing hot, Bruce was saying on his previous stream. My goodness. High of 4 in Kentucky. Ugh. Alright. So, got some cotton swabs here. Let's focus the microscope. This one looks to be the worst of it. These two here, at first glance, don't look like there's any problem. Yeah, there's a broken trace there. Right there. Let's try and zoom in. Again, apologies for my microscope streaking there. I'm zoomed in, it's a little bit better. But there's a broken trace. So that needs to be fixed. Yes, Merry Christmas Eve. Ho ho ho. My power just blipped again. Oof. Good luck, Adam. Hey. Good morning. Well, good evening, rather. Yes, good evening. Perfecto. This could be a broken trace. Let's beep it out. I'm curious. Go chasing traces you think are broken, and in fact, they actually work. Make you look like an idiot. Watch, this one actually will still work. Yep. Are you kidding? Well, either way, we're going to clean that up because that can't be good. Alright, and they're just visually inspecting everything else. We're going to beep them out, of course, too. That one doesn't look the best either. Yeah, these look... Oh, we got a leg. That came off. Oh, goodness. Really? Or at least part of a leg. Just part of a leg. But, yeah, this all needs to be cleaned up. And this one, this trace right under here, that might actually be gone. You might not be able to see it the way the microscope is positioned. But we're going to test that out. It's right under this axial capacitor. How is that still connected? All right, well, that's still connected. Oh, God. I mean, oh, this microscope camera is going to drive me bonkers tonight. I do apologize. Because I'm not going to try and make things look the best, but, when it looks really crummy, I feel bad. Anywho. Oh when we have some crud here going to this via that well, might be connected. We'll clean that up anyway. Yeah, a lot of crud around these caps, which is to be expected, but look at, oh gosh. That's pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. I mean, it just goes to show you, if you take a look at a board and you're like, oh, that looks fine. You could never really tell. You really can't until you get really up close to it. I mean, I get people who send me boards all the time. They're like, oh, no, it's that's a good one. Don't worry about it. I just want it, for preventative maintenance, works fine now. Then I get it, and I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, so I'm going to have to take these axials off, even if they're okay, just so I could see what horrid damage is underneath. So we're going to do that next. Let me switch cameras. Going to move some things around here. Emulation doesn't have bad caps. Still looking forward to you figuring out what the heck happened to the board from that Performer 400. That was such a weird failure. Yeah. Oh, the 640. Wait, 640. Performer 640. 630? I don't know. No, 640. Please test the axials or replace them. I don't know their histories. Will do, Adam. You need to hire a cleaning person for your basement. Every single time I get one of those comments, I just go, I mean, yeah, my basement's a mess, but I know where most of the things are. All right, cool. So let's take a look here, and we're going to use our little solder sucker friend to get these axials off. The back of the board, Adam, in certain light, has a very interesting splotchy pattern to it. I didn't even look at the bottom of the board. I mean, I wonder if some of that is... It almost looks like it's sun bleached or something. Like, it looks like it's between whatever layer is the solder mask. It is, let me zoom in here to give you an understanding of this. Because this is, well, I don't know if any cleaning will fix this. I mean, oh yeah, this is the bottom, and look at that. We have, that streaking is not my microscope. This is just the way the bottom of the board is. But, oh, goodness. There's a broken trace here. I mean, what looks to be. And here. And, oh my gosh. What happened to the bottom of this thing? Adam! Well, yeah, the bottom is worse than the top. I mean, everywhere. Everywhere. Oh my gosh. Adam, buddy, this is pretty bad. I mean, hopefully it's just the solder mask that is cracking, but... The reason I'm intentionally scraping away here is because I will come back and I will miss a spot. Well, it did work. So I'm just looking for like the worst of the worst here. Especially anything that looks pretty gnarly. And I think when I flipped over the board, the chip fell on my lap. Well, I'll get that in a moment. No, it's still on the board, thankfully. Okay. Put my hand there so it doesn't fall. Yeah, this is the most interesting bottom of a board I've ever seen. I mean, just look at this pattern here. I mean, it's definitely, there's something that got between this layer and just added all this cloudiness to it. My goodness. Cats lived in the chips in the PCB film. Yeah, it's almost like some liquid of some sort. I don't know. But yeah, let's just take these axials off just for the heck of it. If we can do it, we'll do it. So this is the machine or the moof machine, whatever you want to call it. Makes a lot of noise, so apologies if that bothers you. It shouldn't be taking us too long. We switch the scene there. You really can't see what I'm doing because the microscope's acting as a holder of sorts. Move. There's a smaller one here. Now the axial caps generally don't really go bad as frequently as the normal caps you see on these boards, but it's not like they don't go bad. They do. These things are what, 30 plus years old already? So it's very, very possible they could just not be happy. There comes the other one. There we go. All right, so we could see all the fun that's going on under there now. And we'll test out those caps in a moment. And where did my scalpel go? There it is. I hope not, Jeremy. All right, so yeah, this trace here. I mean, in here, here, and here. So this is where we saw some damage before we took that off. Probe a little bit here. Let's see what else we can figure out. Scalpel. still beeps, surprisingly. My goodness. Look at that. That just crumbled. It's insane that these traces are looking so terrible. But I mean, I'm gonna repair them anyway. Oh, this looks like it's actually gone. Nope. Jeez. You know, it would make me happy finding like an actual broken trace here. But that doesn't seem to be the case. What the heck, man? Adam, you sent an interesting one. No, Adam, it's not weird. I do the same thing. Sometimes I just forget about the bottom of the machines. Because, you know, 90% of the time the problem is with the top of these things. That's where all the caps are, the leaky caps at least. Oh, goodness. Looks can be deceiving. Indeed. No worries, Savage Age. Take care. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, we'll take a little bit more of a look at this, and then we could move on to another board if it's this one's not tickling anyone's fancy anymore. These are going to be long-term things. None of these are going to be fixed overnight. Adam just sent the box over. I needed a bit of a distraction tonight, and this was it. So. Also, it could just be like between the layers of these things too. It just could be an awful mess. But, well, we could clean this up a little bit. My desk is so full of crap, I need to find all my tools here. Hold on. I have a hard drive here. I don't need, at the moment I have my gloves, I have my repair guides. But where is the thingamajig? There it is. yes. We'll get to that. My goodness. There's plenty of other boards to look at, I'm sure. Well, Adam has not put me on the 5-year retention plan, so we'll see how well that goes. All right, so I'm going to turn off the solder sucker for now. I'm going to turn on. Let's move some of my tools out of the way here. Use our regular soldering iron here. No solder masking will be done. I'm just going to tin everything, and then Adam can just dump a gallon of resin on this. Goodness. Also running out of the good flux. Ugh, that's not fun. I have some of this old flux that I'm just gonna use up. It's something like a pasty type thing, but it's just gonna be temporary. I'm just cleaning this stuff up, so it's fine. It's fine. I have another little syringe of flux, but I need to actually clear my desk and find it because it's buried under like a mountain of stuff. So. And just like, this stuff looks so nasty too. It's like all dirt and grime, ages of it. Just. And we'll have to use a bit more flux and such, but we're just starting off here trying to get some of the grime, very visible grime, off of here. Yes, Adam. Thank you. Yes, although I did forget about the termination power on some PowerBooks. But to be honest, I haven't played with the PowerBook series in ages. I mean, the 500 series, I had one when I was young, a hand-me-down one. But, you know, I don't know the ins and outs of a lot of them. But that's what's fun revisiting these machines, is remembering things, learning things, getting tips from others. I am never going to ever claim that I know everything, even if it's about these old machines. I know a good deal, but there's a lot that other people know too, and they're experts in certain areas. So. Oh God, I have one PowerBook 100, one Parts PowerBook 100 that I'm not looking forward to because they don't look fun at all. But that's just the way it is. And see, the solder not sticking here is just because there's so much dirt and grime and crap that there's just like, it doesn't want to stick. And you have to give it a break. You don't want to keep doing it. You could easily lift those pads. Yeah, see, I don't think mine even chimes. It makes a very sad noise. I bridged a pin there, but it doesn't matter because it's all needs to be cleaned up anyway. These two are pretty much good to go. I will test continuity just for funsies. I'm not seeing anything dangerous there. I also test these caps. Not that I don't trust yourself, Adam, but make sure nothing crazy is going on underneath this. I mean, we know the craziness that's going out underneath the board, but you know. Yeah, I'm gonna bring out the solder wick here and scrub a little bit. Let me cut the solder wick because I'm using an old bit. I need to order a trace that runs so that that cap is ruined. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff going on here. I need to order a lot more flux and solder wick and all sorts of fun stuff. And a lot of these places have been sold out of some of this stuff, which is frustrating. But what are you going to do? Just trying to clean up some of these. Alrighty. Oh, yeah. Look at all this crap. This crapola. Where's the thingamajigs I just had? Right in front of me. If my head were not attached to me, I swear. See, some of these there might be like hairline breaks in them, so. We'll do our best. Because although the bottom looks bad, I bet you most of that stuff is actually connected. Be my hunch anyway. Alright, so let's turn on the multimeter again. Let's just do some testing here. Alright, so everything seems to be making a connection there. That's fine. Yeah, a lot of those look okay. That via at U13 between E and 1. UD13? Or just U13? UE13. Here we go. Yeah, this is is interesting. Yeah, I mean there's some crud in there. We'll put a little bit of happy solder there just to make that a bit happier, but you never know with these things. It could be the tiniest little stupidest thing that just fouls it all up. See, what concerns me is even though those look like they're making a connection, and again, the blooming of this is driving me nuts. I apologize. You know, sometimes you just have little stray things between them, and that could cause a break. So, just want to make sure that's as good as I can get it. What's the goop stuff you put on there? The goop is flux, and that helps basically make sure the solder is going to where it should. As best you can. There's still some crud here I need to clean away. I mean, this chip was this area was by far the worst of the three of them. But we'll see if we can make it a little bit happier. And I'm usually a bit more aggressive with things that I'll cover up with a chip or something, because I don't want to have to pull that off again. I want to make sure if I have any questions about a connection, I get those questions out of the way. No worries. It's great to ask questions, and I'm happy to answer. My good friend Bruce at Brankus Creations, who you might have seen some of his streams, he has some excellent tutorial videos about soldering. And if you are interested in doing this yourself, or maybe you just want to learn a bit more about the process and stuff like that, he has some excellent videos which go into a lot of detail about, you know, the basics of the tools that are used and all that fun stuff. Now that just smells. When I dug over there, I just smelled like a fish market. And that was not fun. So I'm just gonna dig my scalpel into there. And that didn't take much force. This is all just crud in there. That via might have just disintegrated. Who knows? But we're going to try and clean that up at the very least. Ah, okay. Well, there is plenty of videos that I've done and my friend Bruce has done about these old machines. I will tell you, a lot of those LC power supplies and such like that, the 2SI power supplies, and pretty much a lot of the Mac 2 series power supplies and stuff like that, will need recapping. They will need attention. The analog board on a lot of these things will need a lot of attention too. That is too big to go in there. I was just going to see if I could pick at some of that stuff. But yeah, so the earlier you look at it, the better, even if you're just going in there to take the batteries out, because those PRAM batteries, the clock batteries, they are killers. They will destroy your board. So if you have the ability to look in that shed, if you haven't done so in a long time, do yourself a favor and take a look. Make sure that you remove any batteries and try and get them looked at sooner rather than later, because a lot of these machines are too far gone already, unfortunately. So it's just awful traces. And this pad, let's see if we could Nabu network adapter. It's a good use for a Dell. I'm going to remove this capacitor that Adam put on here. Not that he did a bad job, but I want to see this pad because I have a suspicion that it's not happy. Because there is some dirt there. Oh, there we go, the 6100. Perfecto. That's a good machine to start with. Yeah, see, we could see there's a little solder ball there. That probably wasn't causing any problems. But we can see all this crud here. The problem is if you don't actually clean a lot of this crud away, it could actually just come back to haunt you later on. So since we're here, might as well clean that up, and it gives me a better angle to dig up some of this crap here. And I'm just going to end up running new traces anyway, but while I'm here, if I could clean this up, I will. And look at this under here. And it's sort of gouging it. I know that's not the best, but these traces aren't the best either, so. My steady hand. Come on. I mean, these all have to be scraped away, so. And when these copper traces are exposed to oxygen, they get all dark and they oxidize and all that fun stuff. So it's good to clean them up and tin them, which is the process of just putting solder on them. That will help prevent some of these issues, hopefully, in the future. Again, the blooming on this is really annoying. I don't know if it's just the angle. Does that make it slightly better or worse? No? It's very strange. I think it's just the angle of the light, and there's probably dust or a smudge on my lens or something. So, oh, actually, now that I have the Q-tips here, I am working on a Macintosh 2CI, C as in cat. I believe it came out 89 or 90, something like that. Cleaned out a little bit. 89. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so, well, that helped a little. Alright, so I'm going to put, I'm running out of flux, so I'm going to have to get creative here. Flux is flux. This isn't the best stuff, but I'm going to have to use a lot of it. I'll just have to clean it up, because this type, I don't know if it's a no clean or whatever, but I'm just going to tin some of these traces here. And you could use your solder braid to tin traces too. I'm just going along here. Oh, look at that. We have an oopsie here. There we go. Get that out of the way. What did I go to college for? Graphic arts, commercial art. Forget exactly what it was titled, but that was helpful and all, because my interest was in computers, and my father did graphic arts, and so I thought I wanted to do the same thing. And I'm, you know, those skills helped me in making video thumbnails and video editing and working on stuff like digital media and things like that. So it certainly has helped me. But I did project management for a long time afterwards, because I'm a very, you know, pretty. I hate saying I'm a pretty smart person. No, I'm a pretty smart person. But, you know, I grasp technical concepts pretty well, and that was something I did for almost a decade. A lot of it was stressful. But, that's disgusting. But, yeah, I mean, it was a job. But I didn't go to a traditional like 4-year school. I went to a technical school, which I think was great because, you know, I got to do something for a few years and then realize, you know, well, yeah, I like this, but I also like other things. So it wasn't like, I want to be a such and such, and then, you know, dedicated 4 years of my life to that right out of high school, not knowing what the heck I want to do, and then realize, poopy, you know. But I didn't go to like a traditional 4-year type deal, but hey, still got a pretty good job, so it's all that matters, right? I don't have any student loan debt to pay off, really, so there you go. I think it was just the electrical wreaking havoc on the board's traces. Yeah. Is there an older machine that you have on your watch list? I'll be bringing all these things, for better or worse, to VCF Midwest next year, and I can set it aside. I mean, a Macintosh Portable, just because mine is kind of in stages of being repaired. Those are kind of hard to find. Everything else, except for a Macintosh Portable and a TAM, I pretty much have in my collection I'm pretty happy with. But Macintosh clones I'm all interested with. So that's neat. A Blue SCSI Pentium MMX. Blue SCSI, B-L-U-E, SCSI, S-C-S-I, is the way to go on that. Adam could put a link in the chat if he feels like it, or Dave or someone. Blue SCSI is the easiest, cheapest way to basically replace your SCSI hard drive and easily put software to and fro and all that fun stuff. Well, you might follow my footsteps, well, but that's very endearing and such. But what I would say is try and figure out what you enjoy doing. And, you know, think about what you want to do with your career. I mean, you're going to be working the rest of your life. So figure out what you want to do, what you get some enjoyment out of, and what skills related to that you can apply to things. And, like, when I started, you know, doing commercial art and stuff, there was no such thing as a UX designer or a content writer or any of this stuff. And that's, you know, what I do these days, pretty much. So you also, you know, you can't plan for things that don't exist yet. But I would just work on strengthening skills and learning trades and things like that. I mean, I went to a technical school, so part of my education was learning a trade, which was interesting. Thank you very much, Adam, for putting the link into the chat. The Blue SCSI is a SCSI emulator, and it works on Macintosh computers and whoopsies and other things. So you could go ahead and basically with that and a little micro SD card, you could replace the ailing hard drive on your Macintosh, and then you can easily download software to that SD card with a modern computer. That's what the Blue SCSI looks like. It's this little, this is the external DB25 version. And they also make an internal version, but the external one is great if you're doing restores and stuff like that. Was it just leaking caps or did the battery leak? I think it was just leaking caps, but this was Adam, so he might have a better understanding. Yeah, pivots are real. There you go. Your 4 gig IB on your Power Mac is still kicking. Well, for now it is. I can't say it's going to be kicking there forever, unfortunately. We'd all like these things to keep working, but it's not how reality is. All right, so I think this looks decent enough. We could put these chips back on. You don't need too much flux here. In fact, before I do this, I'm skipping a step. Let me move the board. I want to take a look at these chips one by one under the microscope just to make sure that we don't have anything silly going on here. So here's the first one. Yeah, that's a lot of crud there. And we did lose a leg. Fantastic. That just tells you how old these stupid chips are. We might be able to Dremel into that. I have my Dremel right here. Might as well. Not that I would recommend anyone do this, but I believe these chips can still be ordered. And this one has lost a leg anyway, so fun times. That leg isn't happy either. Awesome. Alright, so let's take a look here. First off, oh my god, a lot of these legs are just like so fragile. And my tweezers suck, so that doesn't help. Oh, goodness. Well, we might be able to tap into that. Let me just keep cleaning this up and go from there. What are you doing to that poor chip? Trying to not make it e-waste. That's what. Good, 53 cents on Mouser. So if this doesn't work, we'll just order a bunch of new ones. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? I think we're just going to have to do that because this leg is hanging on for dear life. I mean, just look at how degraded that is. Like, the leg should be like that, but it's... Oh, you can't see because my face is in the way. This smearing of this microscope is driving me nuts. But, yeah, this is a little bit bleh compared to the other ones. Fun times. Might still work, but the chip is part of the... it could be corroded into the chip, for all we know. It's part of the circuitry that tells the Macintosh how to start up. So, kind of important. But it's probably like a logic chip or something like that. Like we were discovering in the chat that you could still get them on Mouser for under $1. So, doesn't hurt to have a lot of these on standby. Just like buy a few dollars worth. I will probably end up doing that. I just, you know, don't have one at the moment, so... So what I'm just trying to do is slowly eat away from the top here to get to the gooey center inside. So I can attach some solder. It's not pretty, but hey, if it works, it works. Well, here's your problem. And I think I've already dulled this scalpel doing this on a previous chip. So... just going to continue to dull it a little bit. But hey, yeah, that we might be able to attach something to that. You know what, let's try it. So I do want to clean up this chip, and one of the ways to do that is just put a bunch of flux on it and just run the soldering iron by it. There's some spares on the other one. You say spares, I say that board could work again. Just give me unlimited time and resources. And yes, this is the weird flux, the old flux that I got in 2017, but it's still flux, and we're just, you know, heating things up anyway, so I don't really mind. Well, I don't, but Adam may. Too late, doing it anyway. So I just take the soldering iron and I'm just going to try and clean some of this delicately, because some of these legs may just decide to fall off. But the heat helps any gunk or crap that was under them, because we're going to be putting this back on the board. We want to... I don't want to do that. We want to try and get some of that crap off. And if Bruce were still around, he'd be screaming at the screen, like, just replace the damn chip. And that's probably what we'll have to do, but we're trying. It's Christmas Eve. I'm not going out to buy chips right now. Maximum flux. I don't think Mouser delivers. I don't think Santa gets stuff from Mouser. I mean, hopefully he does, because I've been a good boy this year. There's a faster way to do this where you're basically like rubbing it up and down and you know, really putting a lot of pressure on the pins, but since these are already kind of messed up, I don't want to do that. Because I'm sure one of these is just itching to break apart on me. Yeah, like that little piece right there. Get out, please. Come on. Computers are fun, aren't they? So then I take the back of the scalpel and not putting any downward pressure. We're just like trying to see, just clear that crap over here. And we'll clean out with a toothbrush later, but same thing here. So all that old soldering crap that was hiding there. I don't think that leg is long for this world, but we're gonna try and keep it there. Yummy, delicious crud. Get your hot crud here. Alright, and I have a toothbrush over here. Let me go grab that. It is not the one I use for my teethers, so don't worry about that. Okay. Be very careful brushing this because I don't want to do any damage to it, but that may be inevitable. So. Because we don't want this crud going back onto the board. No siree. That doesn't look too bad. So I'm going to put that to the side. Oh, Bruce is here. Bruce is going to yell at me. I'm using weird flux and pins are falling off. But, oh, Bruce, you got to see the bottom of this board. I don't know if you've ever... I've never seen a board like this. But we're going to bring the board back into the picture in a second, Bruce. You got to see the bottom of this thing. Oh, look, this has some lovely scunge or whatever the proper terminology is for this. It's just a lovely bit of crud under this. Nothing terrible, but... Alright, so let's show Bruce what we discovered on this board. Because the back of this thing is worse than the front. I know, Bruce. My other tweezers are over there. I'll actually grab them in a second. But yes, Adam. So and my microscope is doing the thing Jay's used to. It's getting a little bloomy, but we'll do our best here. But just like crack city everywhere, there's like this cloudy, cracked like pattern. And not only that, but a lot of the traces seem to be unhappy with this predicament. Because of this, you have this stuff is just flaking off with your fingernail, which can't be good. So yeah, it is quite ugly. You have these big splotches, and no amount of cleaning that I've tried is getting those off. So we got that to look forward to. And then we have a bunch of traces that look nasty but are electrically saying they're okay. So, fun times. Alright, so let's put one of these chips back on. And again, we're getting that weird thingamabobber. Oh, Adam. Alright. That chip is disgusting, but we'll tack it down and then we'll try and clean it up a little bit. Because it just picked up a bunch of crap from... Oh, boy. This won't be fun, I could tell. I'm just gently tacking down this chip. So I might have to make some adjustments. Might be a little bit crooked. Oh, this is certainly crooked. But if it's happy, if it works, we'll leave it on there. If not, there's the 50-cent replacement chip that we'll order. Because this is the least of our worries right here. I could be doing it without the Festive hat. The Festive hat really is helping me here, whether that's mentally or somehow else. But I need to find my other flux tube because I'm running dangerously low on flux. We were using the old flux, Bruce. I told everyone to avert their eyes. Using the old, as Bruce likes to call it, the dog meat flux. Dana likes my hat. Thank you, Dana. If you're in the chat, I didn't see you, but hello. My festive hat. I like a new festive hat. Oh boy. Fun times. Hope everyone's having a nice Christmas Eve. It just started here in New Jersey. But, you know, obviously Bruce is already celebrating it most of the day. And we do have a pin that is unhappy. And we're going to try and salvage that. But not with these tweezers, no. I'm going to sit my butt up. Ugh. No worries, Adam. I'll just text you if I need something. I bought this pack of tweezers, and there's only 2 left in there. I lose these stupid things like crazy. It's Christmas Day here in Sweden. Well, Merry Christmas. All right, so that should be good enough. Just for this, hopefully. So I'm going to use this little enameled wire, sometimes called magnet wire. This is 34 AWG, American wire gauge. It's not exactly the size you need to use, but it's just the one I'm using right now. I'm just going to strip the edge of it here. There we go. And we're going to put a wee dab of flux on the end of that chip. This might not even connect, but you know what? We're going to try. And I feel so cramped here, but we're going to do the best we can, huh? How about that? we have to burn away the enamel, and that's going to come loose. But that's okay. It's a work in progress. And I should have burned that away when it was on the desk, but I'm an idiot. Okay, let's try that again. Just gonna put more solder on there just to try and get like a big old blob. There we go. It looks funny, but you know what? If it's functional, we'll see about that if it is functional. And again, if this is functional, we will clean things up or we'll buy a new chip. But this board was turning on, and then Adam ultrasonically cleaned it, and then it was not turning on. So a lot of things going on with this board. A lot of it not happy, but we're going to try our best to, you know, give it a go. Function over form. Yeah, this chip is, I'm sorry, I put this on in a terrible way. Just trying to make sure any gunk or anything like that is, come on. Yeah, there's some old crud that I'll have to clean up. That's going to be okay for now. For now. It's not a work of art. It's not the prettiest thing I've ever done. But it'll do for now. Alright. And the little chip fell on my keyboard tray. Yay! Now I have to go back and look at the other board to see the name of that, the number of that chip. Make sure I'm putting the one on the right place. Z4HC. Well, they're different manufacturers, but the first two should be the same, and this one is a HC132 TIT10, I'm sorry, 14O. Well, it doesn't exactly match that, but it does match this one. So I know this chip goes there. And then the other one, where'd it go? Oh, jeez. I have too much crap on this desk, and it just, you know, little things like to maneuver their way around. Because I'm an idiot. Sure, Adam. We're just going to go till I get tired or bored. Either way. Let's make sure that chip didn't fall anywhere it wasn't supposed to. Doesn't help that I have a black mat where the keyboard is. I probably just like nudged it in a weird spot. We'll find it. If not, oh no, I can't continue with this board at the moment. It's all because of my festive hat. You know, that's the real problem here. I'm going to stand up, make sure it didn't fall in a silly place. Nope. It's not in my lap. Did it fall on the ground? I hope not. Well, let me take a drink of water here. Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, so the first two are the same. That's gonna drive me crazy now. Oh, that's great. I need another thing to drive me crazy, huh? But Steven, you're already crazy. That's the joke. This desk is so cramped, it's worse than Bruce's desk. I mean, for a while, Bruce had the worst desk. I think I'm winning now. Not that that's a competition I want to win. Let's see. Oh, what a pain in the butt that is. Gave up trying to do holidays. I spent 36 hours at the airport. Arrived in MK. Got there. Oh, gosh, that's a terrible way to experience the holidays. Yeah, thankfully, you know, where my family is, most of us are pretty close, geographically. You know, a few hours drive at the worst. But, you know, we're also, like, understanding adults. Like, oh, you can't make it? That's all right. We'll see it tomorrow or the next day. You know, or next week. Something like that. Yes, the one closest to the SCSI ports and all that stuff, has the different markings. Well, let's solder down this chip before I lose this stupid one. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the... Yeah, these are the same. Oh, boy. It's 1 a.m. already. That's fantastic. It's not like we'll be able to test this right away or anything, but... Still, I'm upset at myself. I mean, I'll find it. It has to be somewhere, right? And I didn't wick the solder out from under this. But it is cleaner than it was before. Alrighty. Assuming I didn't bridge this, which I just did a terrible job of doing that there. Oh gosh. I'm losing everything today. And my mind. I mean, that's always a goner at this point. Are you serious? I should have covered that with solder mask. But see, I'm an idiot, and I did not. So, that's my fault. I mean, there are things you do when you're just testing things, and there's better things you do when you're not. You know, when you're going to patch it up and send it back to someone as working or whatnot. And I'm just trying to find the fault right now. We'll pretty things up in a bit. I'll do here what I should have done before. Clean that up a little bit. I did jinx myself, and I just almost burned myself. How about that? It's really gonna bother me where that chip went. let's take another look around. I mean, I'm not going anywhere. I know he's not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. It didn't find its way under the board, so that's good. I'm just going to move the microscope out of the way. And we're just going to make sure I didn't push it off the side here. Or something silly. I've been known to do silly, stupid things like that. Make sure it's not like it glued itself on the bottom of the board or anything. Or the top of the board. This is not instilling confidence with anybody watching this. Like, this guy lost the thing already. It was right here. I'm just going to use the flashlight on my phone on the ground just to make sure I didn't break anything. Looks like a broken pin was 14 IIci. That could be a problem. Yes, well, we'll double check. Excuse me while I go spelunking. Down I go. Well, it's somewhere. That's really bothering me. It couldn't have gone that far. Jeez Louise. I'm sorry, this is a growing trend of Mac 84 things of where did Steve put the thing he had 5 minutes ago? I should have just put the chips in a little container, not at the edge of the board I was on, because that just encourages them to fly off. I mean, I found another pair of tweezers, so that I got that going for me, I guess. How annoying! How frustratingly annoying for me and for Adam. Adam especially. He wanted to see if this thing would blow up or do something different. Well, at least while we take a pause from looking for that, let's take a look at the capacitance of the axial caps that we pulled off of this thing, huh? We can at least do that, huh? I jinxed myself. I know. It's what I do for a living. Make sure it's not hiding on, because it's sticky. You know, we had some flux on there. I could have done something stupid. All right, so here's the capacitance test. We have this capacitor, which should be a 22 microfarad, 220 microfarad, 35 volt, and it's coming in as 264 microfarad. So I would say that's a little high. It might be stuck to my ugly hat. Thank you, Adam. I'm glad you like my festive hat. We're also going to try this one. This is, I believe, a 470. Yep. 470 microfarad capacitor. And that's coming back as 472. So those are okay. Some machines will work without them, but they're so cheap you should just replace them. This is also 470. So these two read fine. This one, not so much. This is supposed to be 220 at 35 volts, and you know, yes, my multimeter could not be reading it 1000% correctly, but if I read that again, it's supposed to be 220 microfarads. It's coming back as 265. So that's quite a bit of difference. I mean, there is like the tolerances of 20%, 10%, that fun stuff. That's a little bit much, in my opinion. But that's just me. Well, here's the capacitor I took off. Of course, I saved that. I'm just going to have a real close look at this board. Would not be surprised at all if it's staring at me right in the face and I'm just not seeing it. Because that happens. I'm just really frustrated at myself because it was here, I had it, and then it was gone. And it's not on the floor. Surprisingly, where my feet are, or there's, you know, quite a bit of space. Just checking to make sure. This is 10 minutes of me fixing something and 40 minutes of me looking for something. This tripod next to me is not helping the situation. I have to put away a lot of things. That's why I was telling myself, oh, you're not going to stream for a while, Steven. You have to clean up a bunch of stuff and, you know, like this mini disc player that's been sitting at my feet for like a few weeks, if not more than a month. It's still down here, taking up space. I'm just moving it in case something bounced there. I really don't see how it would have done that. Oh, there's my toothbrush. Hold on. Well, yeah, thankfully there's no carpet. Hopefully I didn't moon anybody. Let's move the camera up at a bit bigger angle. There we go. Hi. And just looking. 'Cause this is going to drive me nuts. It's like when Bruce drops a screw, you know. Same deal. It's just driving me nuts. I'm mad at myself. Nope. I mean, if anything, it would have went forward and fallen, because the other one was on the keyboard tray, so they must have pushed forward at some point. I'll delete this stream anyway. No one's gonna watch this. I deleted a stream once, and Bruce was like, "That wasn't so bad. You should re-enable it." And the problem is when you do that, YouTube thinks that you're publishing it as a brand new thing. Well, see, if I had a I do have a magnet, but it's not really going to help because I don't even know what area it's in. So we're going to pause this. I'm just going to put one of the caps back on. We're going to pause on this repair. I'll have to come back to it. I'll order some of those chips. Sorry for the squeak. Order some of those chips, and we could take a look at the other board. Maybe we'll have better luck with that one. But Is it on the blue scuzzy somehow? I don't know. Stupid me did a stupid thing, and now we're in a stupid position. What else is new? Oh, well, thank you very much. Happy holidays as well. If it was, I'm gonna like go to sleep. I'm gonna go upstairs and wash my hands, go to sleep, and it's like I'm gonna find it like in my beard or something stupid. Alright, so that was the cap that Adam used previously. Looks fine to me, so we're going to reuse it. I'm going to be very careful because we don't want it to adhere to the traces that are next to it. Bit more solder there. Oh, jeez. Adam? Look, what the heck is this? I've never seen that happen before. This cap just uncoupled itself. Well, I need a new capacitor. What the heck? Maybe the ultrasonic cleaner didn't like that capacitor. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I'm sorry. Hold, please. So this capacitor, I have to move it because it's hot. The freaking end of it fell off. Sorry that you couldn't see before. I was just, you know, touching it up. And the freaking thing fell apart. So that was fun. Yeah. So, anywho, I have to fix that up. Let's take a look at the other board, because this one is clearly not happy for us today. Good night, Colin. Merry Christmas indeed. Put this one behind me. Let's take a look at this one. So what was the, I know, Adam. What was the culprit with this one again? Was this, it would kind of work sort of when it felt like it? Adam, don't, please, I should be apologizing to you. I dropped a chip somewhere at the floor, on the floor. Let's see how the bottom of this one looks. Now that's how it's supposed to look. Not cloudy. The bottom of this one looks fine. So this one has all the old caps on it. So we'll obviously have to remove those. But just curious if there was anything else that was problematic about this one that sprang to mind. Where is the thingamajig that I put the DLE? There it is. Sort of work that it does. I've done no work on this one. Alright, well, what I'm going to do is we'll use this flux I have an abundance of just to rip the caps off of here. Or we'll at least take the caps off of this one. don't know how much longer I'll go, but we'll see, huh? This will certainly be my last stream before Christmas. Not sure if I'll probably stream a few days after, depending. There's some things with our little bunny going on. She's not feeling the best. She's getting up there in age. So I might obviously have more important things to attend to. I also want to film some stuff while I'm off. So this might be my last live stream for a little bit, but I said that before. And lied to all of you. Oh, this chip is nice and green, Adam. Look at this one. Look how happy that chip is. I might join this Monday stream. You know, that's less of a time commitment, because it's like, oh, I'll hop in. If I stay, I stay. If not, it's okay. But we'll see. I mean, that just ate all of the tinning away from that, but I have to take that one off. Anywho, let's get some caps out of here, huh? The chip is the mistletoe. Let's not have any popping, hopefully. Yes, this is a hot air blower. It blows the hot air. That one did a little bit of a baby pop. Good night, Dave. See you later. Yes, Thomas. A lot of people have done that for Macs. Someone actually offered to send me a kit, and then they kind of fell off the face of the earth, and I think it was because the server that they had all that stuff on went bye-bye. But might be fun to do one day. Rare, Steve Jobs. Come on. I don't want to push next to the plastic too much. There we go. Because this Wii workstation has a pretty short leash. So... two more to remove. Well, that's going to be fun. Alright, and the last one is by the power switch. Now this one's going to be fun. Let me see if I have... Nope, that's not what I thought it was. And the microscope will not go further, so I'm just going to have to do this one off camera. My apologies. Just a weird angle. Alright, I think that is all of the electrolytic capacitors. Let's let this cool down for a second. I'll double check, Adam. I can fix it. I won't charge you for that. You know. Alright, let's take a look here. Because this one was a bit of a pain to get off. No, that's just crud. I think that pad's still there. That's fine. I just didn't want to melt the plastic by there, but... Neat. Okay. Hey, maiden, take care. Good night. And Merry Christmas, DJ's Doodle. Oh, boy. Yeah, let me double check. I left my thingamajig on. Sorry about that. My flashlight. What am I apologizing to you for? It's me who is screwing up my battery life from my phone. Only the finest crud. The finest in New York. Alright, so let's take a look at this crud, huh? Oh yeah, that's delicious. And this chip, oh yeah, just... Look at that. That's just peachy. Alright, so we took the caps off of this board and just taking a look about where they were. not too bad considering what I've seen. Oh, this blooming is driving me crazy. I'm probably not going to stream for too much longer because it's giving me a headache looking, well, it looks clear to me, but not to you folks. So, yeah, this has a bit of green there. You sure know how to pick them, Adam. Let's see. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, because this is always where we have so much fun with these just leaking and affecting everything under these three chips. Look at this trace here. Not looking too terrible. I mean, this one's a little bit worse for wear. But not horrible. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. This should clean up nicely, hopefully. Let's take a look. Let's see how adventurous we want to be for the next 30 minutes or so. Well, you're in 4K, but the signal I'm spitting out is only 1080p, so... If YouTube says it's in 4K, they lying. Oh, yep, we got some little dots here. Like here. And again, the reason you want to scrape off these little black marks is to, one, make sure that there's something under there, and two, you want to either put UV solder mask over it or you want to tin it with solder so that you do not get any further corrosion because the copper has been exposed under the UV solder mask. And me scraping apart these little areas here just helps remind me later on, because they're shiny, it's like, oh, I have to finish that. Or I have to go back and test that area, etc. So, yeah, see, like this was hard to see. But this trace is very blackened here. Curious to see if that works. Let's get our little multimeter out again. Where did I throw you? Here, multimeter. There it is. Oh boy. Still making a connection. That one is as well. So even though these look like crap, so far they're all making a connection, which is pretty good. Oh my goodness, it's almost 2 a.m. How long have we been streaming here for? Oh, where's my... I don't even have the YouTube thing up because I'm silly like that. Oh, and I hear the sound that my furnace is making. That means that the pipe of the liquid that it's supposed to express outside has frozen. 2 hours and 36 minutes. So my house is not heating up right now because that pipe is frozen. Awesome. I should probably go check that before my wife yells at me. So we might have to cut it short here. Or if, you know what, let me put you on a brief hold. Let me see what I can do. Because it is like 10 degrees outside. Let's see what the weather app says. Now it's 8 degrees outside. Well, it's not a heat pump. I'm sorry. It's the condensation or whatever that the furnace makes. It sends the water out through a tube, and that tube goes outside. And that tube freezes, and then the little pump that's pumping out water just stays on. Yay! I'm so excited. Yeah, or pour hot water on it, which I'm about to do. So how about this? I'll be right back. You got about 40 people watching, so I'm not going to, just kick off right now. But I do want to solve that because otherwise I'll wake up and it'll be 58 degrees in this house. I'm not having that. So I'm going to bundle up. I'm going to go outside. I'll probably be gone for like 5-10 minutes max, hopefully. It is a bad idea, but regulations in New Jersey are silly things. I would prefer to just drain it into the sink down here, which I might do. Don't tell anybody. All right, so I'm going to be right back. Where's my be right back thing? There it is. And you could groove to the same 2-minute Christmas song. If you get tired of it, please mute it. I'm sorry. Yeah, well. All right, I will be right back. Hi. It's cold outside. It's very cold outside. So, went outside, tried to clear the thingamajig. It seemed to already be clear. And that didn't solve the problem. And the thermostat is saying it's not getting power from the furnace, which I know is not true. So, fix this up before then. So I'm going to probably have to attend to the furnace. As much as I would like to keep poking at this interesting looking board here, the heat of my household is a bit more important. So unfortunately, I need to go fiddle with that. And hopefully it's just pointing the hair dryer at the inside point and just making sure the water could go through. I've had this problem before. I know how to fix it. It just takes a lot of finagling, and it's going to be more than a 10-minute break of finagling. So I don't want to put anyone on hold or anything like that. So we'll continue streaming another time when I have not to worry about 8-degree temperatures outside. Fun times. But I'm all bundled up. So, and I'm awake now because I went outside. So, yay. Sorry. And sorry, Adam. Stream the furnace repairs. Well, the thing is, I had to flip the circuit breaker a bunch. And I forget which... Now, this line should be okay. But, like, the modem might be on the same thing. So, yeah. Anyway, I got to fuss with that. But I'm going to be working on that. So, I'm going to have to bid you all adieu. But I appreciate all the company here tonight. All the super chats and the likes and subscribes and all that fun stuff. Terribly sorry about having to run, but hey, maybe I'll clean off my desk before I do this next time, and I'll order some of those chips so I could fix up Adam's board here. But thank you all. I hope everyone has an excellent Christmas, an excellent New Year. If I don't see you anytime between now and then, and happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, all that fun stuff. If you're enjoying something and celebrating something this season, I hope you have a great one, a joyful one, a happy one with your family and friends. And yeah, that's about it for now. But Merry Christmas, take care everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye!